Welcome. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Same old procedure as last time. I'm going to just send up the links, let everyone get sorted out. But we had some nice movement in the market this early morning. I usually don't trade Sundays, and I'm gonna stick by it. But Monday started off with the blast. USD ISM non-manufactured PMI 53.7. Obviously worse than the forecast and the previous. So we saw some upside on euro, and we might see some on gold as well. So we'll go through the majors. We got definitely a lot of new people last week joining, and this weekend joining us, so that's great. A lot of new voices. Hopefully I see a lot of new people in the chat as well. It is a civic holiday in Canada, so this is actually a long weekend. A lot of the guys took off work, but we have to do these live sessions. They also keep my trading in check, so we're gonna do it. Let me just get this admin stuff away. Hopefully you guys took advantage of the promo. We extended it to Sunday, yesterday at midnight, and if you took advantage, congrats, because it was such a great deal. So let me just send this link out and we can get started. Even though I shouldn't be sending these links out, most of you, if not all of you, should be watching this on the portal. Okay. So let's see what's going on. Just give me a few moments, guys. I will have to pause the stream, but we'll start right back again. One moment. Okay, what's up, guys? Sorry about that. If you just realized, I did restart our bot. Just fixed an issue. Should be receiving everything on the signals. My apologies. Like I said, today's a civic holiday, so most people are out of the office. I think I'm going to be here just for the live session and head out too. So let's start again. Just gonna send this out. What's up, guys? Hey Jared, hey Salman, what's up? So back to what I was saying. The promo is done. And this week is gonna be a lot calmer in terms of fundamentals. So we'll definitely be more active in the market. Last week's pip count will be done after this live. Sorry about that. Just kind of lost track of time, to be honest. A lot of stuff going outside of Forex Lens. So let me send this link out once more. Gotta do this for people that are too lazy or just, I don't know, just don't sign up to the portal. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Got time to just kind of depressurize, get yourself back together. There we go. Links are sending out. Perfect. And we will get on our way. Make sure you guys send out the questions as I go through these pairs. It's pretty much standard procedure by now. Most of you know. At this time, during any of these live sessions, you can ask any trading related questions. You can ask me to stop, slow down. I'm here at your disposal to use. So just looking. What's up, Doris? Okay. Can you check USD yen? Sure. I will be covering the majors, so yeah, we will be looking at USD yen. Just letting everyone get settled in. Okay, alright, now should be a good time to start. So, if you guys were in the last session earlier, I just went over a few things, some fundamentals. So this morning at 10 a.m. we had ISM non-manufacturing PMI come out worse than expected, 53.7. This was the forecast, and this was the previous, I believe. Yep. And if you're ever wondering what any of these economic releases mean and what to look for when it comes out to these values, just go to Forex Factory and click on any of these folders. So if you click on this one, you see right here, and you'll see the usual effect: actual greater than forecasted good for currency. So obviously, looking at the Euro USD, our first pair of the day, the first major, we had some nice recovery on Euro. Going to the 4-hourly, we had our retrace to the 50 fib level last week, which we spoke about. This was the initial push down, and it did look like Euro was going to go to 1.10,000 area, but then it did make the retrace, as we spoke about, to the 50 fib level. It kind of did stall, but it opened higher over the weekend, and now because of the ISM, it's actually rocketed up. And if we're looking, remember this region right here, 1.11500. This region right here, if you guys can see it, 1.11550. We did manage to let me get rid of these fibs. We did manage to actually close above this level. So if we're looking for longs, and I actually would be looking for longs just because we made a nice push above this nice resistance, right? We came severely over support right around 1.11,000, and we crushed through near-term resistance at 1.11550. So look for some kind of retrace down to this area, and maybe we can go higher. But just looking at the overall price structure, we do see it's still in a downtrend, and this lower high has yet to even come close to this previous high. So what we could actually just do is we are tapping another support at 1.12,000, psychological level 1.12,000, which is indicated by this horizontal level right here, and price is getting squeezed below both these two levels. If you want, you can put the rectangle tool that I use to paint the distance from this level to this level. But this is what the price is doing right now, and we could have just a squeeze and a nice short down again. But after a big impulsive move, you usually want to, excuse me, it's been a long weekend. You usually want to wait for some further confirmation before you do go long. Checking the daily, I'm actually going to remove this level right here. Checking the daily, we do see a nice bullish pin bar when we did break our level. So this could be just a break, a retest, and a rejection of this level, and then we can actually go back to our range. If we look to the left, our range spans from 1.12,000 to right around 1.14,000. So a 200 pip range that we could go back into. But for clear longs, look for a break over 1.12,000. A break over 1.12,000, a break and close specifically, could have a nice long. But be cautious of this. We do have a nice descending trend line. We have a 1 touch, a 2 touch, and we are pretty close to making a 3 touch. So we have another confluence there. If we can get a break outside of this trend line and a close, it also pretty much be a break above 1.12,000. We can go long. Remove these. The stream is still good. So the stream crashed. Hopefully it did not. Oh boy. Okay, well, it says it's healthy. It says the stream health is healthy, but the stream on YouTube is down. Interesting. Okay, the stream is back. I think everyone disconnected though. Let me just send out a memo. Mondays, man. I think even YouTube doesn't want to work on a Monday. Join back. The live is working. The live is working. The live is working. Okay. There you go. So going back off what we were doing earlier. So that's your USD. Nice downtrend. Get a break above 1.12,000. We could have some upside. Someone asked, do you think all pound pairs will plummet by the end of this year? It's honestly depends on what Boris Johnson does. You know what happens with Brexit. Last week when on Monday, last week Monday, when I did say that Mondays usually don't have too much volatility, Boris Johnson came out and said that the European Union has 3 months to get a Brexit deal. So obviously you saw the pound plummet, you saw especially pound yen plummet. Now, based on whether that happens or not, we could see the pound plummet. If Boris Johnson, you know, I didn't read too much into his monetary or financial policy and what the outlook he has for for Britain. But you know, based on how those policies play out for the remainder of 2019, you might see a recovery. When we look at technicals, we can see where key levels where a pound can go if it does make a recovery. But it's more than likely that the pound will end 2019 weaker than it started. It's going off the pound USD, going to the monthly. We have tapped a nice support zone, very major zone, right around 1.20 thousand. I believe when we started these live sessions, I told you guys that 1.21 thousand was inevitable, and we've literally crushed that level. Going down, we can see we are in a nice downtrend. Panning out to the monthly, we can see from the monthly we had a downtrend here, one touch, two touch. We didn't get that third touch, but we did create a secondary trend line down, one touch, two touch, and it's just looking like it's spilling. There's never been a brief period other than this one right here where the pound did recover. Looking to the left, dating back to 1994, the pound has never been this low. Okay. Just looking to the left, the pound has never been this low. We are at historic lows right now. Um, there's no support anywhere down below this area. It could go lower. How low we don't know. This is where there's not enough data to kind of get a price point or take profit level. But if you're a swing trader and you swung from when the Brexit drama happened, or from when Theresa May stepped down, you would be well over 500 pips, and you can just short till and starts making recovery. But looking to the left, there's all the support levels, resistance levels we've crushed through, and now it's looking like it's gonna make maybe a small recovery before it makes new lower lows. That's the monthly time frame. If you look in a nutshell, anyone, even a novice trader, would probably be like, pound is probably going to plummet. And since it's plummeting against the USD, it's probably going to plummet against other majors as well. So if you're looking for any buys for pound, it's definitely risky. It's definitely risky to buy pound right now. I would not be calling any buy signals for pound. Trust me. Hopefully the live is reconnected and you guys are all settled in. Just checking. The health looks good. So on the monthly, pound is definitely a short. Let's go to the daily. Let's see what the daily is holding. So last week we had the pound create a little tweezer pattern off support, and we had the tweezer pattern play out. We had a nice spill out to support right around 1.21 thousand to 1.20 thousand. Remember the level I told you guys we will touch. Doesn't matter what happens. We did that. Looking to the left, it was a nice support region back in 2016. We've tapped it pretty deep, but it's overall once, twice, 3 occasions. It has been a nice support. Looking over here, we do have a lot of hammers. We are printing some hammers on the smaller time frame off this region, but just because of the overall movement that we had starting back in May of the pound just spilling, I would not go long. This is actually counter trend trading, and you never want to trade against the trend. For people that are new, most of the time price is ranging. People call it consolidation, whatever, it's ranging. The other times it's trending in one direction, and the very few times it's reversing. So if you notice, most of the times my signals are with the trend or after a retrace. So for pound, what I'm looking for is some sort of a nice pierce or a break in this support region, something aggressive, something maybe fundamentally driven. I don't think we have any fundamentals for pound for the remainder of the week. Okay, so I believe Friday we do have GDP and manufacturing production. These are definitely major economic events. So if you're looking for an entry, maybe look for something that happened on Friday. If these numbers do come out lackluster, and if you look at the forecast compared to the previous, they're definitely lower, lower. So lower across the board. So the market is probably forecasting a weaker pound this Friday. So look for that to come out, and then next Monday enter shorts. I mean, if these values play out the way they are, and the forecast comes out close to or exactly to what it is, we could have that push and close below this level. And like I said, a few minutes ago, there's no supports. We're at new lows, so we could go as far as, who knows, maybe 1.15 thousand, 17,000, close to what Euro USD is. So that's what I see for pound. I mean, intraday buys. I mean, it's risky. Just looking on the 4 hourly, there's nothing really appetizing. Still making your lower lows and lower highs. I mean, buys are just too risky. You want to save capital. Maybe we are creating a a triangle pattern, but it's looking like we're tapping at the top to spill down. Not looking at buys. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't even touch pound until things really settle. A lot of other good setups. So moving on, don't want to drag this on too long. Aussie, I love Aussie. Okay, so Aussie last week, someone asked about Aussie, and I don't think I called this short trade just because I was done for NFP. But if you did enter this trade setup that I panned out, we did reach around 600 pips in profit. So whoever asked for it, hopefully you took the trade. But thinking was simple. A nice break over this weekly trend line. Looking to the left. I know a lot of you are new, so I have to go over these key levels. But nice trend line. Wick, 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 wick. And this gray area is our nice support region. Zooming in, we can see last week we did have a monthly candle close outside of this weekly trend line. On the weekly, we can see more clearly we had a nice weekly closure, and on the smaller time frame, right now we are actually printing a mini hammer, so you might get a retest of this trend line or the support zone, and we can short again. And this time I could actually call it. Looking at the daily, actually 4 hourly, where I analyze this. So on the 4 hourly, we had the break right here on this red candle, a nice pullback and a nice rejection from this red candle of the support zone, and then we had a nice spill out around 60 pips. And right now what we could look for is maybe a retest back to the support region. I'll remove this for those that are trying to look clearly, but if you're looking, look for a nice retest somewhere in this region. In terms of price, somewhere, one second, somewhere right here, 0.68000, that region right here. Nice push, retest, rejection. Price moves in waves, whether you look at fibs, Elliott wave theory, whatever, it moves in waves, it moves in cycles. So we're gonna have a down movement, we're gonna have an up movement, and we should have a further down movement. The overall trend is down, so that's what I see for Aussie. 0.68054 is a nice level to have self stops or to watch price action. We're on the 4 hourly, so maybe we do have this play out by tomorrow morning. But Aussie is down. Yep, Jason, I wouldn't buy pound. This is another thing about signals. You need to use them as tools. So if a signal comes out and your charts don't agree or your analysis doesn't agree, you don't have to enter it. Use it as a tool. If that goes for me or any of the providers. If I call something, it doesn't, you just don't get why I'm calling it, you can ignore it. This is how you become independent. We at Forex Lens don't want you guys to, and this is contrary to popular belief. We don't want you guys to be, always consistently depending us month after month. We want, you guys to stick around 5, 6, 7, 8 months, learn how to trade, then go on your journey to be your own trader. We don't want you guys to be subscribed for year after year after year, just becoming a slave to us. The thing about financial freedom and being a trader is you being the shot caller. So this is why the signals kind of help you guys earn some money, some profits, get you guys to look at charts the way we do, and these live sessions kind of get you to learn how to trade. You guys can ask questions during these live sessions. I don't know everything about trading. My trading is more price action. So if you do ask about GAN, Ichimoku, or harmonics, or some other complex styles, I probably won't be able to help you, and I'll be honest about it. But there's a lot of good stuff online. I just feel like trading price action and this variation is very easy and simple to learn for pretty much every trader. But we'll cover one more and I'll do your recommendation. So we did Euro, Pound, Aussie. Let's look at US. Let's look at gold, and we should move on to your pair recommendations. Mondays are usually a little slow, but I think this Monday we'll enter a couple of trades. Get this week started, and that'll be that. So gold actually did a nice little movement earlier last week. So this is the same thing over and over again. This range from 14. Let me pan it out because I think on the live it looks small. But 1429, 1430 to 1416, this range, gold has been in this range, and there's so many opportunities presented in this range. Let me show you. So last week someone asked about gold. I said shorts to 1416. It went there plus some more and change to our key level 1403. Price rebounded. Let me just go over what I was saying last week. In this range from 1430 to 1416, we had one trade set up, two shorts right here. I'm not even going to cover the longs. Let's go over the shorts. That's two shorts. That's three shorts right here. That's four shorts. That's five shorts. This is six shorts. And this is seven shorts. Seven trades just from our range. And I'm not even counting the longs. If you're looking for longs, this is one setup. This is two setup. This is three setup. This is four setup. And this doesn't count because we didn't get a close within this range. So that's like 12 setups right in a range. Easy pips. Obviously I didn't call all of them. We did get some of them in. A lot of us, a lot of you guys have some smaller accounts. And gold can definitely be volatile, as we saw last week. This is about 400 pip push off support, and gold has tapped. Actually, this is perfect. Going to the daily, gold has actually tapped a trend line of our nice ascending channel. We did create a nice ascending channel. I do see gold popping off to make new highs. It's just about getting the right entry, because we did make an aggressive move last Friday after NFP. Looking on the monthly, we can see gold be more clear. I'm going to actually remove all of these trend lines and levels. These are actually fine. Looking on the weekly, actually the monthly, we can see that gold is actually going to previous highs that hasn't touched in quite some time. So we're about to go to 1525, and the last time we were there was in 2011. Looking to the left, gold has never been any higher. Gold opened in 1997 around 340, and since then it's been in a in a bull run in the grand scheme of things. We were in this triangle pattern right here. We did have a breakout. If you're a swing trader, this was, you could have ate a lot of pips out of this setup. We had a triangle pattern, we had a break, we had a retest, we had a rejection. If you didn't get in on this candle, you could have got in after this candle. If you didn't get in after that candle, you could have got in after this candle. So the entries were there for swing traders to go long on gold. A lot of jewelers are probably smiling right now because gold will be going higher. The USD cutting rates. Gold is a safe haven, believe it or not. Russia, China, Taiwan, Taiwan as a city, even Egypt. A lot of countries are starting to buy gold to back their currency instead of US dollars. And so this is why we'll probably see gold at least go to 1525. Then the global trade tensions aren't helping it. But we're trying to look for entries. We don't really want to swing for months in and months out. So on the 4-hourly, if we're looking for the next move up, we did have a nice aggressive push. If we can get a retrace somewhere around here. So this was a nice resistance at 1450, right? Tapped it here, and we did get a breaking close. If we had a nice retrace to 1450, could have a nice long to new highs at 1525, and I will be calling the swing trade out, and I will be entering this. If you have a small account, you want to avoid this trade because the stop will be pretty big. Right around 20-ish pips, 30-ish pips from where price is right now. So definitely not for small accounts. If anything, I might not call it a signal, but I will call this trade setup. This is my gold outlook for the remainder of 2019 going into 2020. Going to new highs. That's what gold is gonna do, unless something drastic happens. Maybe a trade deal is reached. This is gold right here. If you have a $20,000 account, you can enter maybe a 0.10 lot. Now going on to your pair recommendations, EURCAD, USD yen. I'll check that for you, Doris. Okay, just checking the chat one more time, guys. I'm actually excited for this week. We had a long weekend to kind of decompress. One second, guys. I will upload a few of these charts on TradingView so you guys can get the levels down. Okay, so USDN, EURCAD. What's up, Alex? EURUSD. Okay, let's do this quickly but effectively. USD yen. So last week NFP sucked because remember we were shorting USD yen. We got stopped out and then USD yen pretty much played out to the T to our short. We have touched a nice weekly trend line. Perfect. I actually love this. We might have a nice setup. Went to the monthly. Wick to wick to wick. We can see going closer. Price is trying to close outside of this trend line. And looking to the left, near-term support is somewhere around here. Could have a nice swing opportunity. This will be run region. The next take profit level is obviously right here. Right at these 2 wicks. So price overall monthly down in a nice bearish pennant. We got our tap here and then our fallout. Price is trying to squeeze out of this trend line. Weekly will give some clarity. So the weekly is actually zooming in. The weekly candle is actually outside of the trend line right now. If we could get this closure on the weekly or on the daily, we could have a nice short. Looking to the left to 104.736. So we're right around 104.750. Will be a nice level to go to. Daily, let's see. So we had an aggressive push after NFP. Looking on the left, we see price has come out of its way to tap this level before. And looking to the left once more, back in the early part of 2018 in March, price was in a nice downtrend, and it finally made its recovery off this level. So this is where we're going to be looking for our take profits if we do enter short. Zooming in, because this move was so aggressive. I mean, 1, 2, 3 days of straight spillage. I would honestly wait for a retrace, and the retrace might be too aggressive for us to go short. Because we could retrace if we do plot the fibs, you can see the retrace. The fib levels are a little too far from where price is right now that our stop loss would have to be great. So looking at this, our first possible retrace point is 38.2. The next one is right around the 50 fib level, and I won't go any higher, but I think at 38.2 fib level is where we could see USD retrace to. So we could look for intraday buys if we do get some sort of close back into this trend line. Nice reaction. We could go long, having tight stops, because if we do go short right now, the risk to reward isn't there. Even if we do get the close outside of this level, because putting our stop loss to the 38.2 and putting our take profit to 104.750, the risk to reward is 1.24. It's not worth it in my opinion, especially the ongoing trade war. Trump just put more tariffs on $100 billion worth of goods from China. So every day, every other day, you're gonna have more updates on these trade wars that are unexpected. They're not on the Forex Factory economic calendar, so it's overall risky to trade the USD yen in particular. But if we do get a close outside of this trend line do get a retest and some sort of rejection over the next 3 days, maybe by Wednesday, we could short. We have a nice short, having stops right above this trend line right here. So if we do close back in, we'll be cut out. We'll cut our losses short. But USD yen, right now I just sit on my hands. If we do get a break retest, we can enter somewhere down here, have stops right above 23.6, and we can short to 107.750, almost a 2.0 risk reward. So one more pair, EURCAD, and that'll be today's session. Oh, so what a nice setup for EURCAD. See what happened on the 4-hourly. So last week someone asked another short opportunity that was presented during the live session. Banked around 50 pips for whoever asked. Hope you took the trade. Simple technicals, we are within a trading range. Obviously, we drew a nice trend line. We had a break of this trend line. We had a break and a retest on the small time frame, and a nice spill. We closed back within range. And you know what price does when it usually closes back within range, which is 1.4600. It usually fulfills its range. Not all the time. It might do 30%, but this time it did 100% of the range. So from this range to this range, it could have been a nice long. This is what you gotta look for. A nice close inside this range to go to the next range. But we had a nice pierce outside of this range. It does look like we are having a trend shift for EURCAD. Looking on the daily, we do see, looking to the left, this range was a nice support, demand area. Right, anytime price did close outside of this level, we did go on to make new highs. We've seen it happen here. We've seen it happen here. So that's where I do see EURCAD going to newer highs. Looking for particulars, just looking to the left, we do see a lot of activity in this area. Looking to the left, we do see a lot of activity. So this is one level I would indicate as a take profit level, right around 1.5133, 1.51323. That's obviously 400 pips away. If you're looking for something on intraday, look for closer support levels. So nice support level where this wick tapped is right here. We have wicks, and we are about 1,400 pips away. No, we're about 600 pips away. My fault. 600 pips away from our next level. So going to the daily, or actually the 4-hourly, do we have an entry? Not really. We're pretty much almost at that level. But hopefully, what could happen is, price is looking like it's gonna retrace. If it could retrace back down to this level that we broke, we get some sort of reaction. We could go long. On the flip side, we could just push all the way to this level. If you get a break and close above this level at 1.48200, we could go for swings to this level right here, 1.51400 region. So that's EURCAD. We did have a trend shift with this break. Looking to the left, we've been down, we've been capped by this range. We made an aggressive push higher. So I do think we will go higher. It's just about getting the best entry. So watch out for price action. If it does play out, I will call it the signal. And EURUSD to cap off this live. Usually Mondays are shorter sessions, but there's some good trade setups out there. I'm more than happy to discuss them. So EURUSD, last week I did call a short, and it looked like it was going to be a dime piece. It looked like it was going to be a great setup. We had a nice descending trend line, one touch, two touch. We shorted it last time. Hit our take profit to the T, and we had another touch right here. I was a bit impulsive. I did not wait for this trend line break, which would have been more confluent, so we probably would have avoided this, this loss. But it happens, so we did make a nice run, and EURUSD, like EURCAD, is making a run for new highs. New highs, as in for this quarter. Look for 1.72700 as a take profit level. Looking to the left, It's been a nice resistance, so that's where we'll probably go. Entries, I don't see any right now. Obviously, the move is pretty aggressive. Maybe a pullback down here, and then we can shoot back up. But that's what I see for USD and EURCAD. Overall, excuse me, overall strength, and this shouldn't be a surprise because the Euro USD is gaining against the dollar, and usually when currency is gaining against the dollar, it will usually be gaining against other majors and other minors. So a little refresher of the Euro USD setup we have. There's definitely one there if price does close above this level. But that's today's session. Hopefully I didn't put you guys to sleep. I know it's a Monday. Thankfully we in Canada today it's a holiday. But last week was pretty bad. I think we lost 80 pips. Definitely a huge deviation from our average of 300. But this week we'll be back on track. I'll promise that. And that should be today's session. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'm sorry if the stream paused in the middle. I didn't know what YouTube was doing with that. But happy trading. If you guys have a holiday, enjoy it. It is Monday, so things are just, the market's just picking up volatility and liquidity. So don't rush it. But be on the lookout for signals. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Peace.